Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing the review of How to Get Away with Murder, Season 5, Episode 2. It is a lot of intricate details in this episode, so I'm trying to do as much as I can to connect everything to you. But it's getting down there to get to start to get us to lead to that conclusion who got killed at the wedding reception. Now we get more process elimination of who was not the person who was killed. So let's jump into it. So we started off, we know last episode we saw that Bonnie was there with the person who was bleeding out. We don't know who that person is. People say it sounds like a woman. It does sound like a woman, but I don't know, it could be misleading and making us think it's a woman. But it could be somebody else, but we don't know. It's somebody gasping. And then Bonnie was there and she smuggled covered the face and everything so they could die. Baby Christopher was on the thing. So Bonnie took baby Christopher and was running with the baby in the snow to go somewhere. So it jumped into the next scene, jumped 2 months half later. Or earlier before this happening. So, Barney was fixing up the room and everything, getting the stuff down and stuff. And then Frank came in and they just talking a little bit. And Frank said he's lonely, he's depressed, all that stuff. So he had to go do something. Franco he trying to investigate this Gabriel dude because he trying to understand who this boy is. So he went to the court and played against Gabriel. Gabriel was, I think, got over him and just did whatever he got to do. But Frank was not trying to win. He was trying to do whatever he got to do to break down the guard. And so he got lost, and then Gabriel was talking smack. So he kept going. He said, "I gotta be back." So he went to his phone and got his bag, and Gabriel had a flip phone. So he was trying to coin the phone or something like that with the cord, but he realized the cord thing would not fit. So by the time he realized all that, Gabriel was coming to his bag, so he put his phone back in the bag and got up. And he said, "Next time I'm gonna beat you." And he said, keep thinking, old man." And they kept walking away. So Frank is gonna be investigating this guy, Harbody. Now from there, the Keaton 4 minus West, the Keaton 5 minus West, was at the house with Oliver and everything. Oliver was feeding baby Christopher, so he was not eating and stuff like that. They was just into the house together. And apparently the purples was in Michaela's washing machine. They got messed up, and it was crazy. So it's what's going on? It's a chaotic chaos. And Oliver was taking care of the baby a little bit. Oliver came there. She was helping him out, and then she's freaking out. And everything has gone, and she's trying to get daycare and stuff. Broke the glass. She said, "Oh, we do plastic cups from now on." So that was that. So then we get to the class. So the class, Emmett Crawford, he's the boss of Kaplan Gold, and he wants to sit in this Keaton class because his money is funding for the top student in the class, so he want to know how this is going. So they did, so he's observing, and they talk about the first class action case, which is this lady, a Muslim lady, that she was denied appeal, or she was denied something, and she got sentenced, whatever, and she wasn't given a fair trial from the prosecutor for the person, whatever she was dealing with. She wasn't getting a fair trial. So that's the first thing. And everybody was presenting their arguments of what their strategy will be to handle this case. Somehow everybody was going and she was not satisfied. So Michaela raised her hand and laughed. She said anybody else, Michaela was like this, and she did not try to do it with Michaela. Michaela got a habit of trying to be cocky and too grown for her bridges, or she know it all, and she know everything. So Michaela said what she had to say, and I guess Annalise suppressed. So Michaela became second seat to the case. So they was talking to the lady, and all of a sudden that Michaela's just gotten she was so good, she knew everything, and she said everything, and then she did what she said about the pill, that she signed her own pill, and then denied it, and then explained the whole process. So they made you sign something that you didn't understand, whatever. And she said, "No, I would change it if I knew somebody was committed for the murder, who was actually arrested for the murder, not her." And she said, "I'll promise you that." So at least was telling her, "So why are you coming in making up both promises? You don't know." She said, well, this is the case, all that stuff, this is going to happen, he did it, that's wrong, it's a shut in case. She said, no, it's not. And she said, well, it is what it is, a lot of stuff, but I could do that. And she said, I could take you out of it. And she said, what? She said, this is not what you're doing. What the thing is, what about you lose? This lady gonna get 20 years sentence of in jail or something like that. And not only that, we will send her back to her country where they go put her in concentration camps and beat her and rape her and something like that until she died. And this thing you appealing, if you lose, this is death penalty case. So no pressure. So Michaela was like, oh, because she was too grown talking and then not knowing all the facts, not knowing that if she lose this shit, it will be a death penalty case, and it would be no going back from that. So we need to be careful what we say, how we approach things. I was like, ooh, okay. So we get to see that the nurse, I forgot to mention about the nurse and Nate and the last thing, but Nate asked the nurse to find a DNA match, and she collect the match of the cup to the thing and said she's the familiar mother, or was identical to the son. I think so. It was confirmed that that's Bunny's son. Now, the nurse found out. She said she found out where the DNA test ran from, and it ran from D.C. at the missing person's office. So Nate went over there, and he wanted to get the file of the case of this baby missing thing. And before he was able to get that, he needed to get a signature from the active DA, because she said Denver. She was acting Denver, so she said, oh, well, Denver's not around. She passed away and all that stuff. And he said, well, I need a signature for the acting DA. So if there's no signature, you can't get the file. So he had to get the signature for some way, somehow, from the acting DA, was DA Miller at the time. So, yeah. So, all that stuff. So, after Michaela did what she had to do, she had to prepare for a case. So Michaela was talking, said she needed somebody to sit down so she could practice and everything. Everybody was not trying to hear her. They wouldn't care because they all tried to get their first spot and trying to help her get into a spot. They didn't want to help her, so they want to be all on their own. And then Gabriel volunteered because she asked somebody else, Shonda, or whatever. She said, no, all that stuff, craziness. So you could be on top of all that stuff. And then Gabriel said he volunteered. She said, thank you. She said, oh, well, you trying to help her get money. He said, it's not about money. This lady going to concentration camp, all that stuff. You can be ashamed of yourself if you think about money. I said, cause shame. I said, oh, go Gabriel, sure. He did his kind of jig. And while they was talking, and Michaela started doing her questioning, Tegan walked in. Tegan flies her. Tegan was sharp. Tegan came in. She said, what you doing here? And I just said, oh, part of the class. And she saw Laurel. She said, Laurel too? Oh, hell no. So she walked out. She walked to Annalise Keaton's office. And she was like, what Michaela and Laurel doing here? She said all that stuff. And she said, oh, they put my classes out. So what? And you said you're trying to beat them here and all that stuff. And it's crazy, all the history. And she said, not going to think about you. It's not good. She said, Annalise said, why are we beefing with each other? We're supposed to be working with each other. Let's calm down. It's not gonna really happen. We go good. Nothing gonna happen to you. Nobody. She didn't say anything. She not gonna rat you out. So that's what Tika's kind of don't really want Annalise there, because at the first time I think they connected, because last season she got a plea there that I think she ratted. Tika was the one who ratted the father to the thing, so she got the immunity deal that helped whatever the kids and Annalise in the cases like that. So it's kind of like allies, but she kind of nervous that if they connect the dots, she could be in trouble, because Laura's father was the one who funded that law firm and stuff like that. So now that he's put away and everything, they don't have the money, so they scramble for money and stuff. So they working hard for that. And Emmett, he came to the office and he tried to give Annalise a case. Now, Annalise refused that case. She said, oh, I'm not got time for that. I'm working my class action. She knows. And she said that he got a call for the governor's assistant. And it's like, this want me to fire you. She said, well, you fire me, I will sue you for whatever term she said. She gonna sue them for doing discrimination or whatever stuff for her, against her. And he said, no, so put a file. He said, I worry about the class action case. I don't got time to handle and deal with anybody, rich person who killed their own partner or something like that. And I work with the poor. And he said, okay, cool. Took the file, walked away. Now, Laurel wanted to ask, oh, well, Tika was in the office. Laurel came into the office, and Tika questioned Laurel. She said, what you doing here? All that stuff, craziness. And she said, I'm in the class. And she said, just don't talk to me. I said, just walked away. Now, Laurel said, I'm afraid to ask this. She said, what is it? She said, can you get Emmett something like that? I think I want Emmett somebody to fund my kid to get a daycare, because Michaela tried, Laura tried to get Christopher into daycare, but she could get denied. So she was trying to get the boss or something to fund her to put money and get her spot in the daycare. And at least you usually don't be giving favors to these girls. There's people that say, you know what, you gotta work for yourself. Do it. This will gotta be the mother. As a mother, you gotta make sacrifices. You gotta do what you gotta do to get what you want. You can't get handouts, because sometimes not everybody will give you handouts just because we knew each other and we boundaries. So she tried to get them to be self-sufficient. So I guess Laura got a concocted plan. She gonna try to do what she gotta do. Now, when it was to the case, Michaela was doing her good job. She did a good job questioning the guy. The guy, the judge or something like that, about his testimony about everything, about the plea and all that craziness. And he's getting offensive, and she did okay. But it's like, and he was telling her, do not get cocky yet, chick. Like, she was doing a good job, everything, him and the guy, and back in the corner and see what's going on. She see the light, and now she was like patting herself in the back and looked like she got everything good. I said, do I get cocky? That's, and at least tell her, Michaela get the sis, like she got to get cocky, and when she get cocky, she'd overlook things, and when she overlook things, she don't make a lot of mistakes. So that was that. And then the prosecutor came with a cardboard and said, do you know that did she have her rights for a visa, green card? And she said, no, that's not nothing that's presented. So they gave her the file, and they say that her marriage was forced because in her visa, she put that she a widow, and her deceased person was her husband that's died. It was a guy. So did you know that she was actually really straight? And not only that she really straight, the marriage with the woman is a fraud, and she's a fraud right now. So you knew about this. So it was a curveball to them. So they questioned the lady, say, why you didn't tell me this and all that stuff and why you didn't get married? Because she said it didn't matter and stuff. And it was crazy. It was done, dealt with. And so they would say, is your freaking marriage with the lady was a lie? It was all true. Did you love her? She said, at first it didn't, but at the while when we get together, we started really loving each other. And yes, and I'm not going to go back with it, because at first the marriage was a lie, but then she trying to change her life for me and convert and everything. I could tell she really loved me, and I really started to fall in love with her. So yeah, it was a lie at first, but I loved her. So right there, and they said she gonna try to change his approach. So she went back to the office with her class and said, we got to change this approach by using what Connor suggested, was to question the kids and see was there violent and any violence towards her moments that they had in the past. So they said, go to the files, go to the police reports, investigating reports. And said, how we gonna do that? Because we're not investigators. She said, we gotta hire somebody to go investigate. And who is that? She hired Oliver. So when Oliver came there, she said, who's watching Christopher? And Lord and behold, Frank got Christopher, because Frank is good with Christopher. So, he ain't gonna cry doing nothing with Frank. And it's time to find out, Frank is a golfer. I didn't know that, whatever. But so he got baby Christopher. So Frank was outside with baby Christopher with a stroller. He couldn't get the stroller going on. And then I guess what Gabriel was living at, I guess that's his roommate, his woman that came out. Because I said, who is this lady? So it found out that was Gabriel's roommate. She came outside, was helping talk to Frank, and he said something, and they all that stuff. And it's cool. Took her back to his house, banged her out. Took her back to the house, banged her out. Baby Christopher was sleeping and stuff. So Laurel came. She said, what's going on? I'm so sorry, I didn't Oliver and do that. She said, well, I'm a baby godfather. I'm good, all that stuff, I'm good. Then here come down the lady. And Laura was like in her feelings, all that stuff. What's going on? She said, oh, well, Frank said, you can't get mad. She said, how can I when you got this woman by my child? And he said, it's okay, it's cool. I got the baby monitor because I can hear what's going on. She said, why are you screwing the lady in the room? All that stuff. She said, we do it all the time. So what's your deal, girl? And she just walked away. So I guess that's what Laura said. She got to make moves. So what she did was she went to the freaking office with Emmett and told Emmett that she knows who ratted her father, basically, because her father. And Tegan went to meet Emmett because Emmett summons Tegan, and she was over there. She said, "What happened, make it clear?" She said, "Do you know that Laurel is the daughter of the person who funded it?" And she said, "Yeah, I realized she's in Annalise cleaning class." And he said, "Well, she knows who ratted out the thing." So Tegan was nervous because I guess Tegan was the one who ratted it out, but she didn't want that to come out. So she was kind of nervous. So she came to the office. She said, because you advise you to not state anything, misrepresentation of facts and everything. It could be holding against you, all that stuff. And she said, well, my mother did. And she was like, ooh. And it's like a whole weight lifted over her. Like, oh. She said, my mother did. And she doing this and all that stuff. And she was trying to come after me. So she's alive and all that stuff. I said, oh, she alive? I don't know. Well, Laurel angle is she tried to do away so she could get the leverage to get her son, and then she said she had to do what she had to do. So she said, "Tyler was okay. You watch, baby Christopher. This is the last time." So I guess whatever did happen, I guess Tegan owes Laurel because she didn't reveal that Tegan was the one that did it, but her brother is to put the blame to her mother. So I guess Laurel put in her thing that Tegan owes her. So I guess Tegan decided that since you did that, she was, I guess, shamed into helping Laurel get baby in the daycare. I said, oh shit, Laurel, you little freaking little girl. Calculating one. Now, we get Nate looking at the file of things, reading at the manuscript of the court case that we saw that Annalise was there, and Bonnie was. That's the first time Annalise really met Bonnie, and they was questioning, and that she was saying about the kidnapping and all that stuff, and her son. And so he was reading that, and they closed the file because Barney came in. Now, Barney was trying to still get in with the D.A. Miller. He's still preparing a speech. She saw the speech and she said, this is good. He said, good. And then he said he trying to take her out on the date and everything. She said, it's not good because it won't look good because you're still trying to run for that spot. And it will not look good if you going out with an underling. She said, well, you can do it in my office. We can have a drink. We can talk and start having dinner. And so she said, okay, we can do that stuff. So they went in the office and did talking and drinking, and it got a little hot and heavy and everything, because I think Bonnie's still playing him and trying to get information, see if he knows anything. So she's trying to get close to try to get his trust so she can find out, keep tabs on him. So they did with everything. They talking. He said, can you tell me about you and Annalise? She said, well, one thing, you don't bring that up with Annalise. So they talk. He said, I want to get to know you better. And then he's talking, getting smooth talk. He said, your face, and I like it, and I'm pretty, and I'm trying to get with you, all that stuff. And that's, lo and behold, they started kissing, and all of a sudden, I thought it was just a kiss. They started having sex. They was sexing. It's sex. Now, we finally had sex one because Annalise was looking at the file and everything, and she was getting a computer. She was getting a computer, and she forgot the password. So she called Bonnie, and Bonnie answered, and she told her the password. She said, okay, what do you gonna do dinner the next day? And she said, okay, we're gonna do dinner. She said, great, fine. And it was a bumping noise, and that's when we found out that he put up his pants. I said, oh, that's sex. All right, so when Bonnie came to the office, she told him that, yes, yes, I had sex with, I had sex with a freaking D.A. Miller, and I likes him. And I don't she told Nate that if she really means that, or she just saying that. And she said, I really likes him, all that stuff. And she said, well, I think Annalise gonna think this is foolish, it's stupid. She said, well, you think Annalise will do that, or you would think that? I said, oh, that does make sense. definitely makes sense. Now, we figure like, because we know Asher got denied at the job, at the class, so he trying to do his thing. So he continued trying to go to the DA Miller where Bonnie is at, and to get a job. So at first he got rejected, and DA Miller gave the file to Bonnie, and Bonnie said, no, 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 we're not doing. You got to get out of here. Whatever what you think you doing coming over here, and you get no job here. So instead of thinking you could be privileged, work on getting your own job. So I said, oh, okay. Then Asher persisted. He came back again. And I said, oh, snap. And kind of really denying all that stuff like that. And he said, don't you give up? He said, leave out. And kind of brushed Asher off. So Asher saw the speech on the table. He was reading it. And then the third time Asher came to them after Bonnie and them was together, and he said, well, I read that speech, and your speech is going to be trash. It's horrible. It made you seem like you are a devil bitch, and you need to realize stay in your own firm, have your own ideas, and separated from them, so people going to realize who you are and get more trust in you. It's like that. And Miller was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. And Bonnie was trying to shut it down. He said, no, that sounds like a good idea. So he said, you know what? I'm going to hire you on a trial basis because Asher trying to get an internship there. I said, ooh, what Asher you trying to do, Asher? So I was that. So after they found a different thing, because they asked Oliver to investigate, so Oliver was investigating the thing, and he found that one of the kids, John, who I guess, or I found out, is the mother that the Muslim lady married, is their kids, it's her kids. He was funding a monthly fee to this website, and he guess it was a blogger, and he doing hateful crime, hateful against anti-Muslim, and there, so they decided they was gonna try it, and Makeda said she was trying to do it, and Annalise was talking to her. It was like, listen, what you gonna do and everything and all that craziness. And he said, I want to try it, but you think you can do it, handle it. So Makeda thought about it, and you know what, Makeda don't have the expertise of doing that yet. So Annalise took it so she could do it. So Makeda said, you know what, yes, you can do it. So Annalise took first chair in the case, and she just did her job. Did a little tactics, because Oliver said he never confirmed about the information of the IP address and all that stuff that was matched to the computer and stuff. She tricked them and believed him, but it came out, and he exactly what it said, that yo, he did it, and he don't like the lady, all that stuff, and came out. He got arrested. He get in charge, and the lady that they helped for the case won the suit. So she free. She get her visa. She free a woman. So she said, thank Kennedy. She said, thank you. She said, but it's a group effort. So I'm glad that Annalise is giving Makeda credit, and make Makeda make her feel good. It said like she wasn't left out. It wasn't on in her. So she said, thank you for everything. They walked, the lady, Muslim lady, was to talk to the surviving daughter, because her mother died. Her brother about to go to jail. She's all by herself. So they wanted to talk to each other. And Makeda appreciate and they said you did a good job. She said you did well too. It was a group effort. She said, well, you wanted. She said it's good, but she said I appreciate that you do, because she said you knew, you realized your weakness, and you asked for help, and you let an adult handle. That's an adult way to do it. And Makeda smiled a little bit, because like now she's starting to understand that she don't have to do everything. You don't have all the answers. It's okay for asking help. It's okay to run down and say, you know what, you don't got it. So I would say that's good. Now down to a little bit wire. Now Gabriel got a call from his roommate saying he gotta get kicked out of his house, so he can't be roommate with his roommate anymore. So he got kicked out. Then on the sun out, find out he got an apartment across from Asher, because I forgot Asher didn't move in with the people, so he stayed there, and he got in the room across from him. And then it's find out that Frank bugged, I think, the computer or something. So every time the computer's on, he could see everything that's going inside the apartment, so he could keep tabs. And now we're gonna find out that Frank paid the lady a lot of money because he was sexing her. I guess she liking the sex and everything. He put in his best moves so he could get her sprung of the dick. And I guess it worked because he paid her. He said, I need you to tell Gabriel he can't be your roommate. And that's how it happened. I said, oh, snap, Frank. And now we get a thing where Nate got the signature from D.A. Miller because he was trying to distract him, talking to him all that stuff about things so he won't read what he need to sign. So he kept distracting, told him that your body likes you. She said she likes you. She said, oh, she really likes me? That's what she said. She said, yeah, so make sure you continue doing that. And then what she got to do, he said, don't worry. He kept signing. He signed everything. So when he went back to the thing, she showed him the file. She said, yeah, we ran the DNA match of the sample that we gave to Denver about a boy, baby boy. And it was DNA match of footprints 20 years later. 20 years ago and everything, 20 years later now. And then she said the only thing we got, it was the picture of the baby that was kidnapped 2 days ago after the DNA test was sampled one. And so he looked at the picture, and it wasn't clear who it is, but it looked like it was Bonnie. So we don't know exactly what's going on with this. And so we don't know what's going on with that. Now, Emmett went to see Annalise in her office. He said she was smiling with the thing, and she's happy, but she won the case. He said he sold class action suit, and he said, oh well. She said she got to go to dinner and everything. He said he tried to go celebrate. She said I can't drink. He said, well, I could do something, all that stuff. She said, well, I got dinner. He said, oh, well, for Lord Castillo. She said, oh, I was going to tell you, even though not Lord Castillo, it was with Bonnie, but he doesn't know that. So she said, I was going to tell you. He said, now I need you to tell me everything that's going on with the class and all that stuff like that. She said, fine. And she said, oh, listen, give him the case again. And she said, I told you. She said, no. What we're not going to do is like, our firm is losing money. We need to make some money and get cases. Yes, you get off your high horse or save a hoe and do what you got to do. You go to try some of the cases and we're going to make our firm some money. She said, oh, okay. I said, oh, damn, put your foot down like that. So once we get, after they find out about the picture with the kidnapped baby, then we jump forward to, no, forgot that. Go back. Bonnie met with Annalise and they talked and had a little dinner, and Bonnie revealed that she had slept with the D.A. Miller, and Annalise, said it was a stupid idea, you could be messy. Bonnie said, don't you afraid, I'm afraid of being alone, I can't do this, all that stuff, and it was all the craziness. But she said, it's because he likes me and he trusts me, and if he knows what's in my file, he wouldn't even deal with me. Now Bonnie's playing the game because he never said he does like her or stuff like that, and I guess she's still worried about the file. If he gets his hands on the file, he would not like her. So I guess she said when he knows about the file, he will not be with her. So she's trying to get with him and keep using his like for her and distracting him for the file. So I said, oh, that's what's going on. So after we find the picture of the baby man kidnapped, then we started to get more mystery of the puzzle. So we saw Bonnie one with baby Christopher to the freaking bathroom at the wedding reception, and she was cleaning baby Christopher up, and Michaela walked in. So I said, oh, so it's not Michaela, because everybody was saying it's like a woman. I said, who can it be? It would be so obvious to say it was Laurel because the baby was right there. So we said it could be too obvious. People might say it's Laurel's mother, so we don't know if she come back in the picture or not. It could have been Michaela. We don't know. I said who Laurel trusted with the baby. Right now we only know it's Frank, and it's not Frank because Frank is alive. It's not Annalise alive. It's not Bonnie. So it was like it could have been Michaela, it could be Laurel, it could be Laurel's mom, it could be somebody who's a woman. Now Michaela came to the bathroom, so we said, oh good, so it's not Michaela. Then all of a sudden it was good. Then Laurel came in and she said, oh good, it's not Laurel. So I said we can eliminate those people now. So I said, who can that be? So then I was thinking, can it really be a woman or can it be a guy? We don't know. Because I said, who could Laurel trusted to be the baby? Because now she got him in daycare. I said the only person she was trusting them with the baby was Oliver, Frank, Michaela, and I was like, whoever was in the house, Connor, all that stuff. They all baby shouldn't have been victimized with the rest of them in the house. So we don't know. It's still a mystery. But Makeda said, "Did you talk to Nate?" And that's when Laura came in, and Makeda started froze, and that's when Laura got the baby, took out. And Makeda said, she said, Bonnie said, "What about Nate?" She said, "Bonnie, who blood is that? Bonnie, tell me who blood is that?" And Bonnie was saying nothing. That's how it ended. I said, "Ooh, we're gonna find out more." But we got process elimination. It started drawing down, so we could find out who the hell is that. But the people who think it may happen is not there, so it's gonna be somebody that we not suspected. That was how to get away with murder, y'all. Peace.